Hello everyone, this is Steven from the LeadFoot Garage, and today we're going to do some more fun on this here Mazda Miata here. What we're doing today down here is the outer tie rods. I've done the inner ones, and as you probably first guessed, it's a very simple process as long as you know what you're doing. So that's this video I'll be doing. I'll show you how to do that, so I'll see you in 1 second. Here are the tools that were used in this video. We had a DeWalt impact with an extension and a 17 to get it off. To put the nut back on, it was a 19mm. We used our needle nose pliers to get the cotter key out, tie rod breaker tool, whatever it's called, Sharpie to mark your spot, ratchet to get it on, hammer to help with that, and then these two right here to get it off and back on. Obviously, the first step you're going to want to do is remove the wheel, and then if you want to make this easier, if you're doing the right side, turn the wheel right so you have easier access to right here. This is what we'll be changing, is this piece right in here. First step to do is remove this nut, which will first start with removing the cotter key right there, and then I'll be back once you see that. Once you have that cotter key off, you want to get a 17mm socket or wrench or whatever you can fit on there, plop it on, and bust that nut loose. The best way to do that is to get a longer ratchet you can find, or if you have an impact, hook one of those up to it and just spin that thing off. Now that you're set up to do this part, what I'm going to use is a massive impact that may or may not fit in here, and see if it'll bust it loose. We got lucky in this case, it took it right off. So once you've done that, you're going to want to get one of these wonderful tools right here, wedge it somewhere down under here, and then take, always a man's favorite tool, your trusty hammer, and just wedge it in there. You want to wedge this in there until it pops off, which you'll see right in here. It'll start dropping down slowly. And right there, you saw it, and it is out. And as you can see right there, this is no good. It is completely just, it's got no boot, it's got no grease, but we have a new inner tie rod, so now it's time to do the outer tie rods. One thing I should have done before I took this off is leave this in here, and you will want to spin this nut off of right here. It doesn't actually hold this in, but it locks it in its place. So what you want to do before that is when this is still up in here, take the nut loose, mark with a Sharpie right at the edge of this, so that you know where to put your new one of these on to get as close to your alignment as possible. But you'll see me struggle to get this off now with it still on there. Been about 15 minutes, but we finally spun it loose with the use of some WD-40. So now the issue is, I'm not sure if I'll be able to write on the threads where this goes so that I can realign this as close as I can by myself. So we'll see what this does real quick. I'm not getting my hopes up very much. Even very faint would be good enough for me. It appears to have a little bit. That's a very good sign. Just need to get it on there just a little bit. Alright, once I get this part off, I'll show you how to thread the new one on. Alright, so we have gotten this one off. Here it is off of there. It's very old, it's very grimy. This is brand new, however. Our inner tie rod seems to be in very good condition still. If I get my camera to focus in on it. There we go. And as you can see, right there, there is our line in there. It's barely noticeable because my camera is not working. But as you've seen, here's the old one, and here's our new pretty one. This is what's going on both sides of it. I got one for this side, one for the other side. Both sides are identical, so I'll only be showing how to do the passenger side of old Carl Jr. here. But putting it back on is literally as simple as spinning this onto there until it hits its line, which you'll see right now. Right there, that is at its line. So what we'll do now is go ahead and spin the nut back close to it just to give it a little bit of locking pressure on there so we can work it back onto there. But that should be close enough. What you do then is obviously undo that nut with our built-in lovely blue things in there to lock her in. What you do from here is put this little stud through this little hole and beat it in. And I'll show you that here right now. And now that that is started on there, let's try to get this nut threaded on there as much as we can. And now that that's in there, what you're going to want to do now is make sure this is held in its place and tighten that back down on there to ensure that you're not missing, make sure that your outer tie rod doesn't fall off, because you do that and you can say bye-bye to all your steering. My Sharpie started to run away, so I had to grab that. But in the case that your outer tie rod falls off, which in a perfect world would be impossible, however, we do not live in a perfect world, as everyone knows. So how to tighten this? Hook it on there, and just tighten the nut on there until you got a bunch of pressure. What you want to do is hook this on the outer tie rod, hook this on the nut, spin them in opposite directions until basically just can't anymore. And that is how you do that. Obviously you'll want to beat this nut down on there with an impact or a ratchet, but my friends, that is an outer tie rod. And me and Carl Jr. would like to say thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up for it, and if you really enjoyed it and want to see more on me and the Miata, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Bye-bye, LeadFoot Garage.